Without further ado, I'd like to introduce, as I said, a dear friend of the labor movement here in Massachusetts and a great Secretary of State, somebody that takes care and looks after the more significant issues of this Commonwealth, our friend, Secretary Bill Galvin. Bill?
Thank you very much, Bob. Thank you. I am thrilled to be here. This is a project that's been in the works for quite a while. As Bob noted, Governor Swift signed the law, and like any great piece of art, it took a while to bring it to fruition, and it is a wonderful piece of art. You know, this building, more than any other thing in Massachusetts, represents us, all of us, for generations and generations. For 200 years now, more than 200 years, it's been the center of our government. Think of all the people that have walked these halls, Democrats, Republicans, perhaps a few Whigs, many people through the years, and our history has been determined by them. And this building receives every year, through our tours division, over 100,000 guests every year. In fact, some years it approaches almost 200,000. And many of those are school children. They come here on their field trips, they come here with their legislators, and they learn about our history, and they learn about Massachusetts, and they see this magnificent building. And there was a gap in this history, the history that speaks to the military exploits, the colonial aspect of it. There was a gap, and the gap was what was done for working people. The gap was labor. That gap is now filled. The tragedy that occurred here should not stand in the way, and I don't believe the artwork does reflect the tragedy as much as it reflects the promise of labor, the history of bringing people forward, the history of moving families forward, the social issues that this state has led the way with for so many generations. And once again, it is important that this be part of our history, presented not only to our children and our visitors, but from people who come around the world. And I'm delighted as chairman of the Massachusetts Historical Commission to note the presence of this plaque, to participate in this great event. It's obvious that there are many issues for labor yet to reach. Right now, the country is quite involved in a great debate about health care, a very important issue that for most people ties into their place of employment. And it's quite appropriate that as this debate has captured our nation's attention, that Massachusetts is putting on its walls of its most important building in this entire state the history of labor, inviting all who come here, inviting all who come to see that labor and the importance of working people is very important to us. So I'm delighted to be with you today, and I look forward to the unveiling of the plaque. Thank you very much.